Time for my NXT review. I know I haven't done one in a couple of weeks, but let's get right to it. February 6th, 2013, the date of the episode. They start off by showing what happened in the first round of the NXT Tag Team Title Tournament, and after going through all of, the opening, we get to the first of the semi-final tag team matches. Cassius Ohno and Leo Kruger against Adrian Neville and Oliver Gray. They have a name now, and I like the name. British Ambition. Catchy name. It is. So Neville and Gray start off the match, on the offense. They go after Leo Kruger, and then after a couple of minutes, they go after Cassius Ohno. And it's a really good back-and-forth match. Later on, Kruger and Ohno would have the advantage in the match, going behind the referee's back, doing their moves. And in the end of the match, I liked how this worked, or how this went. Because Ohno had, I think it was Gray on the floor. Oh no, he had Neville on the floor. He picks up his mouthpiece, and he talks to William Regal. Regal's over at commentary, and Ohno, is yelling at him saying, "This is on you! This is on you!" And then that's the big mistake that Ohno made, because Neville would come back, does a terrific flip over the top rope, and he takes Ohno back in the ring, hits the corkscrew shooting star press, gets a 3 count, the victory. Neville and Gray go to the finals of the tag team tournament. So then we take a look back at what happened last week with Paige and Summer Rae, and we get an interview from Summer Rae, and Summer, talks about how she's the most beautiful diva in NXT, and Paige is just ugly, and that when they meet, summer school will be in session. After the break, we come back. Connor O'Brien, the Ascension, against Mike Dalton. This is your traditional squash match. Connor O'Brien gets the win. Now, after the match, this is where it gets interesting, because O'Brien wants the referee to count 5. That's Big E Langston's thing. Well, the referee doesn't do it, so O'Brien does it for himself. He counts to 5, and then he hits Dalton with the Big E, or the Big Ending, which is Big E Langston's finishing move. Well, here comes Big E Langston. He comes out to the ring, and instead of going after O'Brien, he lifts Dalton up and hits him with the Big Ending and gives himself a 5 count, going to the back. I know, very crazy. To the back, Dusty Rhodes is with Paige, and Paige says, "I want a match with Summer Rae next week on NXT, and if you don't give me the match next week, there won't be an NXT next week." So as she leaves, the lovely, gorgeous, beautiful Sasha Banks comes out. Dusty congratulates her on her first victory, and then she gives her another card from her secret admirer, saying that you will see how much I love you next week, with next week being the day before Valentine's Day. So after that, we get a video package of the NXT tournament that took place during Royal Rumble weekend, which showed Bo Dallas eventually winning. But what I liked about this was the fact that you got a lot of the competitors that were in it, commenting after they had lost, or for Kruger and Bo Dallas, they won. And I really enjoyed it. I think this is something that WWE should really do every year, either at Royal Rumble weekend or close to it, have a tournament where somebody from NXT goes to the Royal Rumble. I actually like that idea. So Bo Dallas is in the back when Bray Wyatt comes out, and he congratulates him on winning the tournament. And he, they talk about the upcoming match that's going to take place next. And that's it. So now we go to the featured match, the other semi-final match in the tournament. Bo Dallas and Michael McGillicuddy against Luke Harper and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. Not as good as the other semifinal tag match, but, I'm not going to really complain. The end of the match comes when McGillicuddy actually has the win. He's got Eric Rowan beat, but Bray Wyatt distracts the referee, and Luke Harper comes in. He hits him with a big running boot. Rowan covers McGillicuddy. 1, 2, 3. Harper and Rowan win. They go to the finals of the tournament. So after the match, Bo Dallas checks on McGillicuddy. Bray Wyatt comes into the ring, offers his hand, and asks him to join his family, which Bo Dallas refuses to do. So the Wyatt family goes up the ramp to the back. Or so we thought. Because Harper and Rowan go around the ring, Wyatt goes back into the ring and attacks Bo Dallas, knocking him out, and the Wyatt family go back as winners, and that is your episode of NXT. So, I like the continuation of this tournament. The finals are the next episode, a good episode of NXT, 3 matches, which, to be honest, I'm not actually that disappointed because they did dedicate a lot of time to the NXT tournament from Royal Rumble weekend. I liked it. It was a good episode, and really, you got 2 big storylines coming from this episode. The tag team title tournament and the Conor O'Brien Biggie Langston feud, and then you got 2 feuds that seem, or 2 storylines that are in the making with Summer Rae and Paige, and then with Sasha Banks and her secret admirer. It was a good episode, a good way to develop, your 2 big storylines going on right now in NXT, and 2 in the making that could be very good for NXT, and I can't wait to see how the finals of the tournament goes, and also what goes on with Paige and Summer Rae, and also what goes on with Sasha Banks. Should be very, very interesting.